There we go. Welcome to Math for Today. Today we're going to do a quick review over what we did yesterday, with the exception of we're going to start to write it out. So we're not going to just use our pieces here. We're going to actually start to write them out, and we're going to do problems that don't just involve 10. So let me switch cameras here. So our first problem that we have, put it together here for us, is we have to figure out how many units are in this array. And so what we've been doing is we count our vertical or our side here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We get a 10, and then we count across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we get a 14. What I saw a lot of you guys doing, oops, Mr. B skipped ahead. I'm actually going to start to draw this out like an array now. And so I'm going to draw it out. And to save me some time, I'm not going to add all the squiggly lines in there, or all the lines. That's a little bit time consuming for Mr. B, but I'm still going to put my dimensions or my factors in there. So 10 and 14, and then we're going to work on these together. A cool thing that I've seen a lot of you guys start to do is break it up into pieces that you know. Some of you might not know what 10 times 14 is, but we know what 10 times 10 is. We know how many are in the mat. So we know that this is right here worth 10. And then how many strips do we have left? You can count them if you want. We have 4 left. And you guys were doing that down here. So you're doing 10, and then you'd make a little 10 section, and you'd go like that. And you would write in the middle the product. You know that 10 times 10, or one mat, has 100 in it. Just like this, has 100 on it. Then you guys would say, ooh, there's 4 left, 4 strips left, and each strip has a 4, or each strip has 10 in it. And there's 4 of them, so you can go 10, 20, 30, 40. Or you can do 10 times 4 here, or 4 groups of 10. And you would write 40 here. And then you guys just added them up. So we added 100 plus 40. And we do the same thing down here. 100 plus 40 equals, I have my zeros. My 1 spot, I have 0 and 0. My 10s, I have 0 plus 4 is 4. My 100s, I have 100 plus nothing is 1. So 140. You get 140 for both of them. So this right here, a 10 by 14, has 140 units, or is worth 140. You guys just did it by breaking it apart into different pieces. All right, I'm going to hit pause on my screen, and when I come back, it's going to have a whole new problem on there. All right, welcome back. Here is our new problem. So all of our other arrays so far that we've been talking about have had 10 on the side, and the number changes up here. And so this one, I already gave us our dimensions. This one is different because now we have a 12. So I have the one with our array, and then I have the one right down here that I'm hand drawing. So 12 this way and 15 here is the same 15 across and 12 here. And I want you guys to think of breaking it up in similar ways that we've been breaking it up before. So we've been breaking it up by 10 up here. And we can do the same thing on this side. So we can break it up this way. We can make it a 10. And up here we can make it a 10. So when we have it, I still have my mat. I still have my mat that we know that there's 100 in this one. And now I can break it up into a 2 down here, because I took 10 from this 12, and so I have 2 left. And then over here, I took 10 from the 15, and I have 5 left. Well, this doesn't make a lot of sense because we still have this big L shape that we haven't counted for. So what if I took and I broke this 2 And I broke it up into tens because I'm really good at multiplying by tens. So I kind of slide this over here like this, and I have these two 10. Oh, that mat stays here. These two 10s, because I took it, instead of making it 15 across, I broke into 10. And we know that this is worth 20 right here. And then I'm going to break, instead of having it 12 up and down, I'm just going to make it 10 up and down. And then we have 50 right here. And then I have these ones left. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's actually 10 right there. And so now what I can do, that I've broken it up into these different chunks, I can add all the pieces together. That's supposed to be 100, Mr. B. So I can add a 100 plus 50, because I want to add all these pieces together, plus 20 plus 10. I add my ones first. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. I add my tens. 0 tens plus 5 plus 2. So 5 plus 2 is 5, 6, 7. Add one more is 8. I add my 100s, and I only have one 100. So it's 180. I want to show you real quick how I would do it down here on this model. So I would actually chop it up, and I would make a line like this. I'm going to make a line and a line. I'm not going to make it as big as these pieces up here. I'm going to make it just roughly, I know I have 4 different sections. And then I'm going to write my new numbers here. I broke it up into 10 because I'm good at multiplying by tens. And I broke it up into 2s here. This one I broke up into a 10 again. And this side over here is 5. We want to make sure that these two numbers add to get this. These two add to get this, because my dimensions have to be equal up to 15. These are my overall dimensions. And now what I can do is I can just multiply these numbers right here. See how it kind of makes a line? So I'm going to multiply 10 by 10. And we already know that a 10 by 10 is just up here like this is our mat. And you get 100. Next, I'm going to multiply my 10 by 5. I'm going to kind of continue this line. It goes across here, and it comes down like this. So I'm taking my 10, where these two lines meet, that's what I need to multiply. So 10 times 5 is 50. Now I do it down here, except instead of 10, I'm multiplying by my 2. So now I'm multiplying my 2 by the 10. And 2 times 10 is 2 groups of 10, or 20. And I have one left box to fill. And I'm multiplying 2 times 5, and I get 10. And if you notice, these numbers match up with what I got up here. Well, right over there. So again, we're going to add them all together. And when I add them all together, I know you guys can't see, so I'm going to write my answer right over here, is 180. So we are going to slowly switch from this top with all the arrays to doing it this way, which is like the area model. If you don't have it right away, that's okay, because we're going to get lots of practice doing it with this method here. And we're going to get lots of practice breaking up our dimensions into numbers that we can multiply together. This is our intro for it. I'm excited because this is one of Mr. B's and Miss Keller's favorite parts. But that's the end of today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.